Hi everybody. It's time to talk about writing for today, and I've heard you are writing some wonderful stories at home. I hope you are. We're still writing narrative stories, which remember that just means you're telling something about yourself. Maybe you're telling about a birthday party or an Easter egg hunt. You may be having one of those this week. Just something that you've done. Maybe you baked cookies. So you're writing about something that you have done and you can tell us about. So I chose to write about my son's birthday, and I'm going to read that to you in just a minute. But before I read what I wrote for this week, I wanted to give you just a quick reminder. When you are writing your stories, make sure that you are thinking about your five senses. And you may be thinking, Miss Hall, what do you mean? Why are you saying that? Well, I'm saying that because including things in your story that have to do with your five senses can make your story more interesting, and it can make it fun for the reader. It can even help them feel like they're really there. So when you're telling a story, you want to include these details. One thing you want to think about, let's start through the five senses. The first one, your sense of touch. Think about telling how you felt in that moment. I was so excited, or we were baking cookies and the cookie dough was squishy. You're going to add details to your story. Think about what you saw. Think about what your eyes saw and maybe describe that. Think about what you smelled. If you were baking cookies, you might say, I baked cookies with Mom. They smelled so yummy. My tummy was ready to eat. Or just add some details. Again, sense of smell, taste, maybe tell what something tasted like. It was delicious, it was good, it was your favorite. Just think of some ways that you can add details with that. And then the last one is here. I drew an elephant there with his big ear to remind you. Think about maybe how something sounded. So if you were at a birthday party, you might want to talk about how it sounded when everyone sang happy birthday to you. Maybe it was joyful or loud or something like that. So think about words that you can add to help your story come to life, and think through your five senses. Touch, sight, how something smells, taste, and hear. So you're going to want to think about that as you write. So I made a little story for you, and you've got different kinds of writing paper that the teachers have sent you with your lessons. I just had this kind at home, so you may have something that looks a little different, and that's okay. But I went ahead and used this today for my story. I wrote about Connor's birthday. We had such a good time. Actually, I'm wearing the t-shirt that we got from that ball game. We went to the last Ranger game at Globe Life Park, so that was pretty cool. We all got a t-shirt, happened to be on his birthday, so that was fun. So that's what I've written about. So I put, for Connor's birthday, we went to a Texas, and I continued my story on the next page. Remember, we want to write across pages. To a Texas Rangers game. The crowd was excited. It was hot, but we didn't let that stop the fun. With the crack of a bat and cheers from the crowd, the game began. We had the best day. Connor loved it. All right, so let's look at a few things. First, I made sure that I wrote left to right. I made sure I put spaces between my words. Then I also made sure that I wrote across pages. Be sure at home you're still doing that. Make your stories go across the pages. I did illustrate here just to remind you to go back and add pictures, but remember, you want to write your story first and then go back and add the detail in the pictures. Going back to thinking about your five senses, I tried to give you an idea of what it was like. So I told you that the day was hot, so you could picture a hot day at the baseball game. I told you that we cheered, so maybe you could think about what that sounded like. And then I talked about the crack of a bat, and I was just trying to give you a feel for what the day was like. We had such a great day. So as you write your story, think about what you're going to tell us about. And I would love for my class to even maybe take a picture of your story or a video of you reading your story and send it to me. I'd love to hear them. You're such great writers. Go have a great day. Have fun writing. But remember, all these things, I know it's a lot, but take your time, come up with a great idea, and then do your very best. All right. Love you guys. I miss you.